Hey everyone! Welcome to Turkish Spotlight Secrets. All the details are right here in today's video, so stay tuned. Before we dive in, remember to subscribe and share so you never miss any of the whispers, reveals, and surprises we uncover. Thank you for being here. Now, let's get into the talk of the day, a rumor that set timelines on fire before sunrise and has only grown louder with every passing hour. The entertainment world woke up to a jolt. Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda are said to be sharing a home. Their warm camaraderie has always been visible in interviews and industry events, but recent murmurs suggest that their bond may have deepened far beyond what the public has seen. According to people familiar with their schedules, the pair slipped out of Istanbul's usual frenzy and rented a tucked-away house with a tranquil garden, somewhere residential and hidden from the usual cameras, somewhere they could simply breathe. That such a place existed had been whispered about for weeks. Today, sources with close knowledge have confirmed it. Neighbors claim they often glimpse the two stepping out at odd hours, sometimes returning with groceries and books, and it's even said they spend weeknights there to escape the relentless tempo of filming. Fans couldn't help noting that Cemre Arda has seemed softer and brighter lately, the kind of happiness that doesn't announce itself but glows through. Under her recent photos, the comments read like a chorus: "She looks settled, there's something different in her smile, I think they moved in together." As for Gökberk Yıldırım, his deliberate silence whenever private life comes up has only turned up the volume on the speculation. The internet detectives went to work right away. It didn't take long for people to notice the matching threads in their posts. Strikingly similar backdrops, the same sunrise hue across two separate stories, a cup identical to one seen in the other's photo, a glimpse of a fence that appears in both timelines. Some say these are breadcrumbs. Others say coincidence. But the guesses have turned into a roar. There's another explanation spreading just as quickly as the cohabitation talk. Insiders whisper that the residence isn't merely a retreat, it's a creative nest. Both have been open about their passion for developing stories from scratch, reading scenes aloud, massaging dialogue, reworking motivations, and the rumor mill now claims that the two are writing and shaping a joint project from this secret base. When filming wraps and the city goes quiet, they reportedly retreat to the garden to hash out character arcs, scribble ideas onto notebooks, and record voice memos long after midnight. The house, so the story goes, has turned into a refuge from the non-stop churn, a sanctuary where art is allowed to breathe without interference. Have they said anything official? Not yet. Their teams have been contacted repeatedly by the press, but the only reply that comes back is the same careful line over and over: they don't comment on private matters. And so, attention locks in even tighter. Every scroll, every candid, every faint reflection in a window becomes potential proof to those desperate to know. With curiosity boiling over and tabloids pulling at any thread they can find, the question remains: will Gökberk Yıldırım and Cemre Arda step forward and break the silence, or will they let the mystery do the work for them? Then came the twist that sliced the fandom right down the middle. A fresh claim landed like a spark in dry grass: the secret didn't begin yesterday. Certain voices insist this quiet closeness has been building for a long time under the radar, carefully managed away from the harsh noise of the spotlight. The version now making the rounds says they are choosing to live small and simple, hiding in plain sight. In this telling, the garden home isn't a whim, it's a plan. Observers in the area swear they see them together frequently, and say that the front gate rarely swings wide. The hush around the home, a neighbor remarked, feels intentional. On social media, the contrasts have only made things spicier. Cemre's posts show calm breakfasts, the sun hitting a wooden table just so, a breeze in the leaves, her captions modest and content. Meanwhile, Gökberk leaves almost nothing for interpretation, posting sparingly and steering interviews back to the work. That restraint has fueled more speculation, not less. Some fans are convinced the empty spaces in their feeds say more than any announcement could. A few even claim to have matched the faint pattern of a tiled walkway in one shot to the corner of a path from another, pinning the images together like a map. Whispers behind closed doors insist the home doubles as a workshop, the place where long hours of set life give way to a different kind of intensity. Word as they read lines to each other, experiment with scene beats, tinker with outlines, and talk about what they want to watch, not just what they're asked to play. A rumor that won't let go suggests they are preparing something meaningful together, a project that reflects both of their sensibilities, with the garden house serving as their soundproof room in a noisy city. Still, they offer nothing official. Managers and agents maintain the same stance, repeating that boundaries are in place, that private lanes remain private. Of course, that only spreads the story faster. All of this has electrified their audiences and stirred up the industry. Talk shows trade thin smiles. Comment sections flare up. Longtime fans try to parse which details are anchored in truth and which ones are little more than surface reflections. The expectation is palpable. A simple confirmation could either calm the waters or set off an even bigger storm. Until then, people keep watching, piecing together anything they can from the smallest clue, an echo in a hallway, the edge of a picture frame, the angle of sunlight on a familiar shelf. And then, almost as if on cue, another wave of chatter rose from the depths. It started as a low murmur, then the volume pushed back to the top of everyone's feed. The story went like this: to find peace from filming, to keep their mental space intact, they shifted their base to a calm slice of Istanbul where the streets are tree-lined and the nights are still. There, between shoots, they breathe. There, in that garden, the day slows. According to neighbors, the two are around more than most expect, usually staying in after dark, sometimes visible through a curtain's edge in soft lamplight, always careful, always quiet. The same loop played out again: Cemre's glow in recent photos, Gökberk's refusal to add even a syllable to the rumor, and the internet connecting dots with needle-thread precision. It didn't end there. Outlets repeated a claim that insiders have been trading messages about for weeks: this place is a lab. After the makeup is off and the script sides are folded away, the pages that really matter come out. They swap ideas about story tone, weigh how to bend a character's choice without breaking it, and ask each other the questions that make fiction feel like truth. They're said to be building something together, a collaboration that has taken root behind hedges and high walls. No one from their circles will break the code of silence. All that reaches the public is the recurring line that what's personal stays personal. Still, the silence hasn't slowed the speculation at all. If anything, it's sharpened it. Now attention has fixed on their patterns, how they disappear for a few days and then resurface at the same event, how their flights seem to align, how a stray photograph of a potted plant turns into a breadcrumb for those who cannot stop searching. The industry too is paying attention, not just for the gossip, but because a joint project between two talents with taste could easily shape the next season's landscape. Every time their names trend, more eyes turn to see what, if anything, peeks through the curtain. The buzz kept spiraling into yet another round of the same central question. Rumor has it they're building a life that denies the usual trade of spectacle for attention, a life chosen to protect the parts of themselves that aren't for public consumption. People living nearby add fuel by saying that the couple keeps to routines, that deliveries come at regular hours, that there's a rhythm in the lights, dimmed at the same time, bright again before sunrise. Right on cue, a separate whisper suggested that what looks like retreat is actually preparation, that the quiet is part of the creative process. In that reading, the house is less a bunker and more a studio without a sign on the door. In the midst of this, Cemre looks content in a way that can't be staged, and Gökberk's careful removal of his personal life from conversation feels deliberate. Friends of friends, those always reliable storytellers, say the two have built a routine that suits them, that they cook together some nights, that the dog in one of Cemre's stories belongs to a neighbor who stops by for coffee, that their laughter sometimes carries over the fence. Those details, if true, explain a lot about why they'd want to keep things sealed from the outside. Because sometimes the best way to protect something is to make it ordinary. No announcement has landed. No notes-app confession, no exclusive reveal, no sit-down segment. Just the steady drone of the same line from their teams: this isn't for public consumption. And so, we wait. We wait to see if a red carpet glance turns into a hand held a beat too long, if an award show quip accidentally opens a window, if a director slips up and mentions that the duo workshop scenes together. Maybe the truth will arrive softly, as truths often do, not with a bang but with a nod. For now, their names hover at the top of every conversation. For now, their followers check stories with the kind of focus normally reserved for season finales. For now, the neighborhood remains quiet, the garden stays private, and the lives inside the gate continue at a pace of their own choosing. Whether this discreet life is the shape of their present or just the internet sketching lines where it sees patterns, the coming days will likely add clarity. Or maybe, true to form, they'll simply keep living as they wish, letting the work speak and the rest remain theirs. Either way, we'll be here, watching closely, collecting the fragments, and waiting for the moment when the picture finally snaps into focus. That's the latest from Turkish Spotlight Secrets. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure you're subscribed and share this video so others can join the conversation. Until next time, take care and stay curious.